落ちた競合飛べないカラス
What's up, YouTube channel, BLACKWING here, and today I want to show you my BLACKWING deck that I took to Utrecht to the European Championships in 2023, and I went 6-3 with it. So not the best record, to be completely honest, but I was really kind of unlucky in a way as well. So yeah, let's go to the matches first, and after that to the deck profile, and then like more into like theory and stuff like that. So I played against, or I built this deck to beat basically like Branded and Castira and like Labyrinth and then Sprite. Those were the 4 matches that I really wanted to like win, well, like 100% win. And actually what was really funny was that out of the 9 rounds I didn't play a single Castira or a single Branded. And out of my 3 losses, 2 losses were against Rikka, where I lost the die roll. And that was just like not good. So yeah, I got a little bit or really unlucky kind of with my matchups, but yeah, let's go to the deck. So the main deck is obviously consisting of 3 Simoons. He's just a starter, you want to see him like pretty much every opening hand, really mandatory, nothing more to say about him. Then we run 3 Shamals, and Shamal gives you the Black Feather Whirlwind, obviously you want to see him in your every hand, so 3 Shamals as well. Then you already know 3 Sudri, you must be crazy if you're not playing 3. 3 is what you want to see, or not what you want to see, but you know, you want to see 1 at least. Then I played 3 Vada, so I think this is pretty standard, you know, 3 of everything, so you can go for your combo consistently, and yeah. Obviously special summons the Black Winch Dragon and so on. Then we played 1 Sephiroth, only 1, you only really need 1, and what was really unfortunate in the event was that this card was almost like, it was a lot of times in my hand where I already had like full combo, and then you know I cannot bounce my Black Feather Whirlwind, so it makes my boards or combos a little bit more weaker in a way. So you basically like, you wouldn't want to draw this card, so I was a little bit unlucky that I drew this more than I should, or at least it felt like it. But yeah, 1 Sephiroth, would not still cut him. 1 Gale also really got good, just like breaking boards, you know, halving monster stack, bringing back to hand, special summoning, activating effect, you know, making Raikiri popping cards, making Hawk, you know, special summoning back to Raikiri popping cards, you know, just nice. Steam, you know, giving those tokens and going for crazy plays, really good card. Then 1 Harm add-on, I think pretty mandatory, pretty normal, nothing more to say. 1 Chinook. Chinook wasn't crazy good in this event. I remember in the Tyrellmans format this was much better because you could basically negate the, I think Rule Colossus was the Tyrellmans name that basically prevented you from special summoning, or she could just negate your special summoning. So Rule Colossus were, I mean, Chinook was really good in Tyrellmans format, but this format this wasn't like that impactful. But yeah. Then for the like non-Blackwings we played 3 Magnamuts. I already gave 1 away, but yeah, I think the reason for this, and we can also put the 1 Druid's form here, reason for this package was basically because this should be really strong against like any deck. Live Tree Twin Sprite, you can banish the Live Tree Twin against Branded, you know, you don't want to get Gimmick Puppet, and that's why I want to play 4, and that's also why I kind of ended up with this Small World engine. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, this card doesn't do too much or pretty much anything against Rikka, and I think that's like, yeah, one of the reasons why I went 6-3. But yeah, really unfortunate, but yeah, still those 4 cards were really good. And then with them, Radiant works really well, and obviously Radiant is really good against Hashira, because if they just go like a Rise Hard Pass, you know, you can just search Radiant and, you know, flap it on it and continue playing. And maybe they have like 1 Fender you have to play through, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Pistols works really well with Radiant. Then we played 1 Raider's Wing, and it's just there for the Kaliuga combo. Then for the spells we played 3 Black Whirlwind, and yeah, you just want to, you know, get into this card and a Sadri or a Shamal, and you're good to go. And then we played 3 Black Feather Whirlwind, and this was also like, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say last minute add to the deck. I've been testing this for a while, and basically the situation, like Black Feather Whirlwind and Black Whirlwind are almost equally valuable in the deck, and we already run 3 Black whirlwinds. So I was thinking that I want to test 3 black feather whirlwinds, because essentially Vara plus black feather whirlwind is combo, so why not like play more of it? And I also knew that draw and lockboard could be a thing in this format still, because some people are siding it. So the more you open up with like cards that you don't have to search, the better. Yep. Then for the next card we run obviously 3 Pot of Prosperity, you know, just digging for your outs in game 2 or 3 when you're siding, and yeah, just helps you go combo. 3 small worlds as well. Yep, pretty good. You know, you can just banish the Radiant from the deck and get into any Blackwing. And you can also, if you have Bestial in your hand, you can just banish that Radiant from the deck and then get a Blackwing. So really good. And then for this format, 3 Dark Ruler no mores in the main deck. The reason for this was because I didn't feel like hand traps were good enough. Like I tried, you know, I tried playing Ash, I tried playing the 1 Gamma and Deltas and stuff like that, but I just felt like Dark Ruler no more was the card to break, you know, because if you go game 1 and you lose the die roll, you really want to see this card in your hand. And this is really great against like any deck, you know, Sprite, it's really good. Against Kashtira, it's really good. If they go for a Rise Heart Fenrir, it's good like against pretty much like any deck except for Labyrinth if they go first. But yeah, so 3 Dark Ruler no mores. Then we played 1 Cult by the Grave. This could almost have been in the side deck as well, but it worked really well also in the main deck, because when you go first, you know, you just really want to like, if you draw this card, it's like almost auto win if you have combo as well. Like nothing can stop you almost at that point anymore. So yeah, this could have been in the side deck and siding in only when going first, but I left it in the main deck, or want to play in the main deck. So yeah, 1 Cult by the Grave as well. And the reason for this is that there wasn't that many hand traps being played. They were mostly like board breakers. So obviously that makes Cult by the Grave a little bit less of a better or good card, but still, you know, your opponent plays Kashtira, you go first, they Dimensional Shifter you know, Cult by the Grave is just really something you want. Yep, and for the last card I played 1 rank up launch that ranks your Arsenal Falcon into King Kalioga. And then for the extra deck we played 1 Boreas Storm, just dump Steam to a graveyard, nothing burns and lets you normal summon more and do crazy stuff. Raikiri was actually surprisingly good against Labyrinth. I think like one game I popped like 10 cards with, maybe not 10 but like multiple cards with just Raikiri. I made him, then I popped cards, then I got him to the graveyard, I special summoned Hawk and got him back and just popped more cards. That was really great. 1 Hawk, yeah, you need it for the combo. 1 Blackwing Jassal Dragon, Blackwing Dragon I mean, yeah, really nice. Then we have drawn Draco Berserker, not as good as in the Terrorments format, but I wasn't sure like what I would play in his spot. I was thinking about Chaos Angel, and I was also thinking about Dispatter, but I ended up on Draco Berserker because he was mainly the card that came out the most. And he's definitely not a bad card, and yeah, if you lock yourself into Synchros because you cannot go for Kaliyuga for some reason, I think he's still the one that is the most accessible. Then we have 1 Burrow Savage Dragon. Yeah, you really want to have that Omni Negate, you know, like something can destroy your rank up card in the draw phase or standby phase, so you really want to kind of protect it. 1 Full Armor Master, pretty basic. 2 Blackwing Assault Dragon, because as I said, it's so easy to kind of branch off into these if you can't go for Kaliyuga, so I still want to play 2. 1 Wise Tricks, well, gets this rank up card or special summons the Winch Beast from the deck. Rusty, I think also like pretty mandatory, gets to the rank up card. 1 Darkness Metal, if you have to Small World away your Raider's Wing, you can still go for the combo, just use Arsenal Falco for this and reborn it back, and you know, yep. And this also enables you to play through Dimensional Shifter in some scenarios. Then 1 Arsenal Falco, pretty mandatory, and Kaliyuga. And then for the kind of side deck, I played 3 Draw and Lockbirds, and this was really good against multiple matchups. I'm really happy that I sided in this, because mainly people weren't like anticipating it too much, and every time I sided it in, it actually did something. Like it was really good. So yeah. And sometimes I even sided this in like over Dark Ruler no more, because the thought process was that obviously Dark Ruler no more doesn't do like anything. With this I could still you know, use this, I think with Small World, or I think this was a bridge or something, I can't remember right now, but the idea was still Dark Ruler doesn't do anything, but if I get hand trapped or a brick or something, you know, Draw Unlock Board can possibly still skip my opponent's turn if they just draw like, you know, a hand which is like a lot of like hand traps and like searching power. So yeah, Draw Unlock Board. Then 3 Ash Blossoms, not that great this format, like really good against obviously like Branded and Labyrinth, like overall a great hand card or hand trap, but it didn't just do too much, so I decided to cut it for Dark Ruler no more in the main deck. But yeah, still a great card. 3 Nibiru's, this was the card that I was thinking about the most, that should this be played or not, and I think actually, like if I would have seen this more, it could have won me some of the games against Rikka, but I didn't see it. So yeah, I was really kind of happy that I still played this. Yep. Then 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I hope everybody has seen the top 4 game. Yeah, you really need to play this in your side deck or main deck. Then 2 Lightning Storms, and yeah, this is like the main kind of same idea that Harpy's Feather Duster, just breaking boards when going second, try to break them. Yep. And then 3 Evenly Match as well. I was actually thinking about should I main deck Evenly Match or Dark Ruler no more, but I came to the conclusion that if I go with Evenly Match against Sprite, any version of Sprite, you know, they're probably gonna negate it, so I went for the Dark Ruler no more. Obviously this would have been better against Labyrinth, but you know, yep. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. I could maybe talk about some things that I like thought about during the tournament. So one card that I thought about a lot was Sharinga, and this card in general I was like thinking, should I play this or the 3rd Black Feather Whirlwind? And there were like situations, because Sharinga doesn't do that much if you go first. It's mostly, almost in my opinion, like a brick. Black Feather Whirlwind, then again, if you draw it with Fada, it's like really good. And yeah, like I feel like Sharinga is really good if you go second, and it's super good, like really good in synchro builds. But in Kali Yuga, I'm still having like trouble kind of finding out its purpose, because like I would rather maybe play than like a high impact going second card, for example like Dark Ruler more over Sharinga. But yeah, for this event I decided to go for the 3rd Black Feather Whirlwind. Yeah, and I actually really did like it, so I do not think like I made any kind of like mistake, or I would not change it afterwards. But if I would or could go to the tournament again, and I would know all my opponents again, then I would not play the Bestial package in the main deck, because like sure it was fine, but against my 2 losses against Rikka, these cards did not do anything, and I would have like rather have you know, Ash or Infinite Impermanence maybe in the main deck, for example, or you know, something else that's really good against Rikka, because yeah, that was one matchup that I did not anticipate to play like that much, and I was thinking that I would probably play against Kasia or Branded more. So like the Bestials were really good in the matchups where they came, but in those where I lost, they were like, I would say, almost the reason why I lost. So yeah, yeah, I would change the Bestials for something else. But then again, like if you in your local area there is Despia players, if there's you know like Despia Branded players, you know, whatever players, you know, the Bestial package is still really powerful. I just got really unlucky that I actually played against 2 Rikkas, and yep. But if you want to see how I'm going to change the deck forward on, you can become also a member and see what I'm thinking about. I know Rescue Ace is going to be a really popular deck in the upcoming format when they get released in the TCG eventually. So if you want to see how I would change my TCG deck, please become a Platinum or Diamond member and you will get to see my most updated and recent Blackwing deck and all of my thoughts about the basically deck. And there's a lot of more content also available if you become a member, that only the members will see, like pictures of my trip in the European Championships and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any kind of comments, please comment them down in the comment section below. It's always really fun to read them and answer your question as well. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.
それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。